Welcome back to the channel and thank you for tuning in. In today's video we're going to be discussing my Stage 2 93 OTS map by Boot Mode. Now the reason why I'm even flashing to this tune is because my custom tune by Kerry Jordan was using 91 octane gas. Out here in Texas we have 93 octane gas, and so I can no longer use that custom tune, which is quite unfortunate, but I might just pull the trigger and do another custom tune out here because the gas is supposed to be a lot better out here in Texas versus California. And so today we're going to do some data logging on this OTS map. The map feels really good. I mean, even for just Stage 2 pump gas, it feels really good. We're going to look at those data logs, and then we are going to flash to the Stage 2 E30 OTS map, see how that looks, see how that feels, and then see if we want to, or if we even need to do a custom tune with Kerry Jordan, because on a stock high pressure fuel pump, I don't know if it's exactly worth it. I mean, you can run E30, E35 on a stock high pressure fuel pump and be fine. What else? We have brand new, fresh plugs running the NGK's 97506s. As you know, those are pretty standard nowadays. I gapped them to 0.022. Did it myself. I highly suggest just doing your spark plugs and coils yourself. It's so easy. I can't believe how easy that actually was. Definitely a must do before tuning or upping the power in your car. So right now, let's go for a drive. Green, green, green. Oh. All right, I think we found a pretty darn good road. Let's get some data logging in. I'm going to do 3 polls on the Stage 2 OTS map. Now I should preface this by saying that I did some data logging last night. I sent them over to Halim at Pro Tuning Freaks, and he suggested that I put some E85 in the tank because the 93 octane gas is not 93 octane gas. Apparently winter blends can be a lot less. I don't know why. I need to do some research on why those winter blends are less octane, but basically I have 2 options. I can add E85 to the tank, a gallon or so, or I flash to the Stage 2 91 octane map using 93 octane gas, which is very interesting and doesn't sound that fun. So I opted for the 85 option. So we have E15 in the tank. I don't advise you do this unless you do thorough data logging. Send it to a professional like Halim at Pro Tuning Freaks. And so I'm running 1.22 gallons E85 mixed with my 93 on the Stage 2 93 OTS map. And we're going to data log and see how these logs look. It's pretty cool. There's a train right here. All right, car's warmed up. IATs look good, 83. Let's do some polls. Let's go. Good. All right, so I'm gonna get in a couple more data logs. We'll go home, take a look at them, and see where we need to go from here. All right, moment of truth. Let's take a look at these data logs. Fingers crossed, everything looks good. We're gonna check on high pressure fuel pump, boost target versus actual short-term fuel trims, and we're gonna obviously check our timing, see if there's any knock in there. A lot of time when there's timing corrections or knock detected, it is an octane issue, and I think that we do have an octane issue here right now with these winter blends. We're going to be phasing out of winter into spring and summer, so the gas should get a bit better, but let's check it out. So first log, go to the beginning of the poll. Let's see here. Wow, timing is actually pretty low in this log. Not a lot of timing being pulled. Everything looks good so far. High pressure fuel pump. Small dip here. That could be the E85 in the tank. It could also be that the tune needs to adapt. So I just flashed to this map. So the car does need to adapt. The tune needs to adapt to the ECU. And let's check out everything else. Okay, timing looks decent here. let's see, wait, where's boost target? Boost target is 17.1 on this map. We hit max boost around 18.1. So plus or minus 1 PSI of boost is good news. And boost starts to go down as we climb in the RPM range. And as we climb in the RPM range, we do have some small dips here. So 5,000 RPMs, we can see that cylinder 1 is at 2.7 degrees of timing, and cylinders 4, 5, and 6 are at 6.1. So that is more than 3 degrees difference in between those cylinders. So that is something to keep an eye on. We're going to see if it corrects itself on the rest of the pole. So yeah, it looks like cylinder 1 is climbing a bit. It's correcting itself. The car is trying to correct. Now right here, timing is pretty off. So cylinder 5 is at 8 degrees and cylinder 1's at 2.3. I'm not happy with that. I don't think that that is something that is passable in my book. So let's see. This is the first pole, so we'll see what the other poles look like. Yeah, it's just too big of a difference in between cylinders there as far as timing goes. AFR's 12.47 towards 6. We're at 6,000 RPMs almost. Yeah, right around 6,000 RPMs. Short-term fuel trims hover right around 1, which is good. We don't want to see a 10% deviation north or south of 1 on the short-term fuel trims. So that's good news. Let's check out the second log. Looks like we have a knock detected here. I hate when I open a map and I see this triangle. That means there was knock detected. So the first thing I do is I see if there's any knock detected, and then I hover over it. Looks like we have, we're within 3 degrees of timing, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. A lot of times this can be either a traction issue or it could be a fluke, is what I've heard. There's a very sensitive knock sensor on these cars. Let's see. So let's go. Very little timing being pulled. High pressure fuel pump looks a little bit better. Dropped down to the 2,500 PSI range on the last pull, so maybe it is adapting here. Boost target 17.2. We hit 18.2 right here, so we're within 1 degrees or 1 PSI of boost. Short-term fuel trims 1.04, 1.05. Everything's looking pretty decent. Let's see. Timing is not bad thus far. Now this is where, towards the upper RPM range, this is where we can see a little bit of wonkiness going on. So actually not too bad. So this pole isn't too bad. I actually ran out of road on this pole, so we only went up to about 4,800 RPMs. So kind of a bummer we ran out of road there. But this one's okay. I think it's, it seems like the tune is trying to adapt to the car. And let's see if pole number 3. Okay, yeah, we do have a knock detected here. I don't know, to be honest. I think I had a traction issue right here. 3,500 RPMs, that's right where, max boost hits. So 18.2, 17.3 is our target. And that's usually where the torque curve drastically rises. So I think right here could be a traction issue. That tends to happen to me a lot right here. So especially on roads that are somewhat gravelly. So let's check out the rest of the pole here. Okay. Timing does look better on this pole. Yeah, this is passable for me. So I want to point out one thing right here where the knock was detected. I honestly think that it was a traction issue. I know that I run into this on the back roads where I try to find a road that's wide open and no one's around, especially police. But when it's gravelly, it can have an effect on your traction, and we do have to turn traction control off to do data logging. if you leave traction control on, it can have an effect on your data log. So I do believe that that was a traction issue. And one thing that makes me somewhat happy is that, as you can see, since that knock event, you can see that the timing is correcting itself. If the timing didn't correct itself from the knock point on, then I would be somewhat concerned. But everything looks pretty darn good for the rest of the pull. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not 100% stoked on this OTS map. I'm not 100% stoked on the gas out here in Texas. I think that's ridiculous. We're paying for 93 octane gas. We're paying almost $5 here. When I moved here, it was like $3.50, which is awesome for premium gas. Now it's almost $5, and after sending these to the guys at Pro Tuning Freaks and them saying that this gas is no good, that's really a bummer. And it almost seems like, well, I'm paying for 93 octane gas and I'm getting really 92 octane or 91 octane. I mean, can I sue you, or what's going on here? So I only fill up with Shell. I have no interest in trying any other stations. I have tried different Shell stations because, you know, that does play a role in it as well. I'm not going to go to a Shell station out in the middle of nowhere where there's no traffic and people aren't pumping gas there. I like to go to Shells that are busy, are clean. I'll look out for those things simply because if it's a clean station, if it's a newer station, you know that it's been taken care of. And there's certain things that these gas station owners have to do to keep the maintenance up on these pumps and the tanks that sit below. So I think that I'm going to flash to the Stage 2 E30 map and see how that looks. I think that will probably be the way to go. So thank you so much for tuning in. Please, in the comment section below, tell me what tune you're running. I did a poll on Instagram a while back, and it was pretty darn close. Boot mode got 51% votes, and MHD got 49%. Now, I've never really been an MHD guy. I ran the back end flash on my N54, but other than that, I don't really know anything about them. I like the look of boot mode. I like the support team at boot mode. I like what they do, what they stand behind. I had a great experience with the custom tuning portion back in California. So I'd really like to stick with them, but if you have any knowledge or experience that you'd like to throw at me, put it in the comment section below. Please like this video, hit the thumbs up for me, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.